another episode of Bob Bitchin' 66, where today we're taking on the Dragontail Gardens track for the weekly daily race. I'm currently driving a Mustang Group 3, and this is going to be a good set of races. I got two races here for you. The first one's really going to be going around the track, not too much, but enough nice moments where I wanted to keep it in there, because there's still some interesting stuff to see. And then I've got a whopping 11 position jump? 11, okay. I made 11 positions, but that's not in this race. This is where I start in last place and make a bit of progress and have some good fights. So I really just want to kind of go through the track here on this one and show how much better we get as we come into the later half of the video. So coming up here on the Megane, I come into this turn quite fast. Right now I'm sitting in fourth. The Mustang's got a weird gear ratio when it comes to this, I find, compared to all the other Group 3 cars. So I believe I'll be driving the Porsche next. I'll be in third place, but come to the outside on the S's. I want to take that more so a straight line through the S's on the right, but I didn't get quite enough on the outside there. So right here we got a long straight, a little kink, and we're going to be coming up on a hairpin turn. So it's kind of a little bit wider of a hairpin turn, so I try to go here for the inside move. Downshift here into second is what I'm going to have to do to get around this. It's a little wide, so I try to get the XP, but I've got the car next to me, so I can't quite ride all the way out to the outside of the track to get a good amount of speed. As you can see, I kind of twisted a little bit too. A lot of power behind the Mustang. Coming in here, a good set of S's as well. You want to really push this one. You can really ride to the outside of the berm, kind of like what that Mazda did right there. But here, you're going to be coming on... It's like a horseshoe style, 3 turns. I get kind of knocked into the wall there, which I'm not too proud of. But I get a good recovery, and it's going to show that I'm able to still grab some position. So you see it's got 3 kinks there. It's not my best take on that one, but we're going to see some progress moving forward. Coming up here, this is the last turn of the race, and I'm fast forwarding here to lap 2 because not much happens here. I am able to get in front of that car, but last turn here, you got a nice wide hairpin here. So Megane kind of spins out a bit. I try to cut in the inside so I can just get around him. And we're coming down the final straight, finishing lap 2 into lap 3. So I got a car in front of me with a good penalty. That's going to definitely help out coming after the first S's after this long left turn. I'm going to try making what speed I can, though. I'm really trying to grab the draft because we are going close to top speeds. Gonna downshift here into third gear and yeah, try to hug it to the left and then come in on the right side. You really gotta watch out for these red curbs on the left. If you hit that red curb, you'll see that you're gonna go skyrocketing. Came pretty well out of those turns. The car takes his penalty and I'm able to grab one more position. So I'm sitting in 12th from 16th, not too bad. Moving on to lap 4, as not much happens throughout this race except for the mass amount of traffic behind me. Coming up into the right turn kinks, the Subaru has a little issue, so I'm able to get right past him and grab 11th place. And as you're going to see, I'm going to hug these turns a lot better. You want to just hit that white outside line, but you don't want to get more than 3 tires off there, or you're running the risk of seeing a penalty, and you really don't want to be getting that, especially come lap 4, with 1 lap to go and a massive caravan of cars behind you. Coming into this last hairpin, I hug the inside. I'd really play defensive on this Porsche because I can tell if you're going to make a move there, the inside is going to be where you want to go. You can get a lot of exit speed going on the outside, but you're not going to see too much recovery. All you got to do is play defense on the straight and you'll be fine. For the rest of the race, there was nothing too crazy, so I really just kept this caravan at bay behind me. And moving on to lap 5, I'm going to go into the last turn. I've got a sneaking chance I can get in front of this Megane, so I try to take the outside, ride to the outside enough, but get a little nervous with the Porsche playing defense there. I feel like I was going to run into him if I had that. So tried to go inside, didn't have enough exit speed to catch up to him though, even grabbing that draft. And I'm going to end this race in 10th place. Not too bad, starting at 16th. So moving on to the real creme de la creme of this video today, where I'm going from 16th to 4th. You're not going to believe me looking at 15th. That's 15th place. And this is why you should not trust me. We're going from 15th to 4th. So I'm driving now. I switched it up. The Mustang I felt was getting a little too much power and was risking oversteer in some of the hairpin turns. So I felt a little safer driving the Porsche Cayman GT. So getting started here. I'm going to give it a little bit of a kick in the pants. No, it's not what's happening. I'm driving straight. I'm driving straight down this road and trying to grab speed. But in all seriousness, I'm trying to grab the draft here on the Mitsubishi coming into this turn, so I can luckily have the chance to get a late break opportunity and hopefully make one of my first moves of this race. So braking around the 100 meter mark, I'm gonna come in. I go a little too far on the inside, so I'm not gonna get a lot of exit speed out of this turn. And I'm just skimming over that red curb there. I was very close. It was a fight or flight whether I got the penalty for going 2 wheels over or whether I hit the curb and send it into a different country. So coming up on the hairpin turn here, I try to hug the outside. I'm really trying to avoid the collisions here. The Peugeot going on the outside as well, and he had the right idea. We're able to get a bit past the Mitsubishi. It's going to be a little bit of a fight, and I'm going to just try grabbing the draft off this Bugatti to push. I get nudged into the wall, and boom, karma comes right back at him and sends him into the wall as well. So I'm going to be just fine. I don't feel too bad about that. Maybe a little bit, but it's fine. Racing is racing. So I'm trying to grab draft back on the Peugeot, and coming into the 3 kinks, I slide a little bit, losing my speed, but I did at least kind of get the chance to stay inside the lines and get a good amount of exit speed so I can at least keep up with the Peugeot and hopefully be grabbing a draft right. Coming up to this uphill left hairpin wide turn coming up, Peugeot locks up the brakes a little bit. I come in a little bit on the inside, try to go outside once I realize he's cutting in and trying to grab that speed. He hits the dirt a bit, and I'm hoping this is going to give me enough of a chance to get in front of him right here, but not gaining too much distance, unfortunately, with that draft. It's a long straight, though, and a long race. We're only 1 lap in, so on to lap 2. Coming into this left hook here, I'm hugging the inside pretty well just so I can ride the outside, and I'm really just squealing the tires at this point, trying to make sure that I can keep it off the grass. The Cayman does handle pretty well on this track. You kind of see it lack a bit in the top speed sections, but really when it comes to keeping the handling through the turns, it feels pretty good. Coming up here after the little kink into the hairpin turn on the left, and I'm going to try to make an inside move, but the Bugatti cuts first, so I decide to stay outside, ride the outside as well as I can, hoping I can have enough speed to get past the Bugatti, but man, he's going to best me throughout this race. He is the green machine, and he is my rival for sure this entire race. He's got a lot of speed. He's a little reckless on turns, but man, was he quick. So we see 9th place going to the dirt a little bit, and he almost causes a catastrophic incident we all luckily avoid. I'm slamming on my brakes, though, coming into this turn to make sure I don't tap the Bugatti. I'm giving him a little bit of a bump draft right there, just trying to help him out. I could see he was struggling, so I want to be the better sportsmanship. So coming up into the last left hairpin turn here, gonna hopefully have the chance to make a move on the Bugatti. I come in inside, have to hit the brakes a little bit, and I try to play the defensive, but I go a little too far outside. He makes the cutback and is able to keep that speed, and there's just no way I'm gonna catch him here on this straight. He's popped up that spoiler, and there's just no going back. Mine does not have enough aerodynamic whoosh. Lap 3, and here's where things start to get a bit interesting. So I'm trying to hug into the Bugatti. He goes a little bit on the early brake side. I get a good amount of speed coming from him. I'm going to try to hug the outside. He's going to block me out a bit, so I'm going to cut back to the inside, hopefully being able to play defensive on him here. I slide a little bit too far inside. I'm not going to have any exit speed coming out of this turn because I'm just trying to keep on the track at this point. And the Bugatti, again, gets a cutback right in front of me. There is no escaping this man, but we did have a car spin out, and that is going to gain me a position. It is clear that Rusty Nut 63 is not going to back down without a fight. So coming here into the left hairpin turn, I'm going to come back to my favorite spot of this turn, known as the outside, hopefully trying to cut in, but the Bugatti plays a good amount of defense, and his whooshy whoosh keeps moving. We can start to see that the Bugatti gets under quite a bit of pressure here, getting a little squirrely. He's going to go ahead and cut a full corner right here, unfortunately not grab the penalty, and cut inside, not grabbing that corner. He clearly knows I'm right on him, so just going to try keeping my distance. I feel there's going to be a cataclysm between 9th and 8th place right now, so I cut that a little bit onto the berm, just getting myself a good angle to get through these 3 kinks. I ride a little bit far on the outside, nervous I'm going to get a penalty, but luckily I am not going to grab one. I got a good amount from the Bugatti behind me, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm really just focused on this 8th and 7th place fight here. I go for the inside move. The Bugatti gets into a bit of a scuffle with the Peugeot, keeps him out, and the Peugeot actually does defense for me in that matter. and I'm able to finally get in front of Rusty Nuts 63. So it feels great. Going into lap 4, got to make a couple more moves here. I promised you guys 11 spaces, and I've only gone what looks to be 7. First turn, hugging the inside, riding the outside, keeping my speed as much as I can as I fly into these first set of S's. I'm going to get a good amount of space on that Peugeot, who in my unprofessional opinion does not break into that turn the way he intended. But what do I know? Because I hit that curb and I come flying up, giving the Rusty Nut 63 a chance to get around me. I don't know what happens. He starts getting squirrely. I maybe scared him with my mating calls, but the Peugeot is gonna grab my position in 6th, and we are gonna have another fight. I'm gonna try to get on the inside here. I get a little bit of a boot from him, which makes me go a tiny bit inside. It's a close one. I don't know. I swear I can't see it, but I know watching driver cam that I definitely was tapped there. So I am able to get in front of the Hurricane at least, and now I'm battling with my brethren, the other Porsche on this track, and our Peugeot, who's been with us the entire race. So getting a good line there. I'm really trying to keep my space here because I see Cataclysm in my future, and I don't want to become a part of it with only 1 lap to go. So taking this turn quite safe. I don't want to push it too far to the outside edge because I got that very close call, almost getting a penalty. Just going to grab a draft here on the Porsche and really see this all the way to 5th place. The Bugatti is long away. Rusty Nut 63 is but a distant memory as I try to go inside, trying to make a solid move, but it gets a little crazy. I actually hit the brakes a little too late and tap into the Peugeot, but luckily nothing goes too wild. I don't get a penalty. He doesn't get a penalty. We're all good. Everything's fine. I'm still in 7th. No changes. So lap 5, here's where I got to make as many moves as I can. I got 3 spaces to go here. We're going 3 wide into this turn here. I'm just trying to make the gap wherever I can. I hug the inside while the Porsche and Subaru kind of battle it out. And me and my fellow American come into this turn. Me going a little more inside than I wanted to because I'm nervous about what's to come, especially after hitting that curb. But we kind of go neck and neck here as the carnage ensues behind us, trying to keep that out of our rearview mirrors and just focus on what's ahead. So here's going to be my big move I'm trying to make here. I'm coming up on the Peugeot. I'm trying to grab the draft as well as I can. He skims the dirt a bit. I try to go in for the inside. He comes inside as well, almost boxes me out. I've got nowhere to go. I kind of ride the curb and him. And that Subaru, not happy with what he just saw. He likes to boot me out of the way. And I'm just going to try to grab the draft here on the Subaru now and try to salvage the end of this race. He's getting a little squirrely. Maybe he's lost a little bit of traction, dipping his tire into the grass. And I'm going to try grabbing the outside here. He's all over the place. At this point, I really just feel like I need to keep my distance, but enough to stay in the draft. So if I need to slingshot, I can. So coming to this turn, I slide it a little bit, but I am able to grab the traction back. Coming around the kinks, I only get 1 or 2 tires off that white line, so nothing too crazy. Peugeot's into the wall. The crazy insanity of Rusty Nuts is still living on behind me, and I'm just going to try to finish this last turn well. I come in for an inside move here on the Subaru. He gets the cutback on the inside, but he's going to have a little bit of struggle getting around that turn. He lets off the gas or something because I'm able to ride that berm, and it's a drag race to the end. He realizes he's not going to push it, tries to grab draft behind me, but I am going to take 4th place. So from 15th to 4th place. It's something you don't see often, especially from me, but I'm very happy with this race. I knew it wasn't going to be a win for me, but this is definitely something I'm proud of. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe and do all those YouTube things. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you next week at the next race.